Well, it's week 7 of the LCS with coverage brought to you by Alienware. I'm joined right now by Haeri after a big, huge, gigantic upset, maybe the biggest upset in all of LCS history.
Wow.
I've never seen anything. I'm just kidding. But it is a bit of a surprise. Of course, the coverage brought to you by Alienware. Haeri, what happened? How much of that was you guys? How much of that was FlyQuest dropping the ball? What do you think led to that win?
Okay, sorry. FlyQuest has been looking a little shaky, past few weeks. Even like the wins didn't really look too promising, and they dropped the game last week as well. And I feel like today we all got like our signature champions. Like I feel like me on Haeri, Pyoshik on Lee Sin, Ko on Thresh, Yon on Aphelios, and maybe not too much at the Chigafo Summit, but yeah, we were just super confident, and we kind of just had all our individual showings, and I feel like we just played well.
Yeah, do you think that was disrespect from FlyQuest letting you guys have all your full lineup?
Wait, sorry, what was the question?
Do you think it was disrespect from FlyQuest that allowed you guys to get all your signature champions? And Cho'Gath, who might not be summits, but is also incredibly popular in the meta right now.
I feel like we haven't really played these champions this split, and even though it's like one of our best champions for each role, it kind of just recently came up in the meta. Like Aphelios Thresh wasn't really played before. Same with Lee Sin, but he got like the buffs, and Haeri got buffed as well. So I feel like it wasn't really disrespect. Like maybe they couldn't really see it coming, and yeah, it wasn't. I didn't feel like it was disrespect.
Okay. So it sounds like you're saying, oh, it was just the pick and ban that allowed you guys to win.
Yeah. I think I blind picked Haeri, and he picked Silas into it, and I feel like I'm very comfortable with that matchup, and it's slightly winning for Haeri. So I feel like the pick ban was really comfortable for us, and we got good lanes for good matchups for every lane, and I feel like Project's really comfortable on the Lee. So yeah, I think being comfortable on stage is super important.
Okay, but now a bunch of people are going to hear you say this and think to themselves, oh, it's not Team Liquid getting better, it's just them getting their champions.
I think it's both. We were on our comfortable champions, and I feel like we are ramping up. And I think, especially tomorrow's game, we're versing C9, and if we beat C9, I feel like we're really looking strong coming into playoffs. And obviously, we still have to win some more games next week to get into playoffs. But winning tomorrow will be a big sign for us.
There's been a lot of people who've been trying to figure out what it was that was holding you guys back, because I think everybody looks at all 5 players on your team and feels as though you're all great players. And so then the question was like, what is it that's stopping these guys from finding the success that people think they deserve? So maybe you can help, as it sounds like you think you're starting to figure stuff out. What are some of the issues that you guys had identified and maybe are starting to work on?
So I think our scrims wasn't super productive, because I feel like we win a lot of early games in scrims, and I mean it happens on stage as well. We win a lot of early games, but in scrims, a lot of teams seem to they just like to remake. If the game goes too poorly for them, or I just feel like the games don't really go super late in scrims, especially, and everyone just likes to fight, and on stage it's very slow pace. The tempo is a lot slower, and we didn't really get to practice our mid to late game like in the early weeks, and I think that was a really big focus for us the past 2 weeks, and we really improved on our team fighting, and I think it showed for our wins last week and today.
Have you thought about just throwing the early game in scrims?
No, we have not, but maybe that is a viable option for us. Maybe we get some more practice in the mid game, so yeah. Maybe.
Happy to help you with some of these brilliant ideas from my mind. All right, you popped off in particular that game. When you have a game like that, what does it do for your level of confidence, if anything? Like, are you like, oh man, I can, roll with the best?
I think that was a very satisfying victory. I do think I played well, but I don't think I played as well as to my standards, and I feel like Pyoshik especially played really well, so credits to him. And I feel like I just did my part and just picked up kills, and I was just a very strong Haeri in that game. And yeah, it's still a very good win though.
All right. You were interviewed by Spawn at the end, your former coach. Was that intimidating at all?
No, it was actually very comfortable because I've obviously worked with him for 3 years, and I'm very comfortable speaking to him. So I'm glad that he was the one to do the interview.
Why didn't you throw him under the bus? Why didn't you say, like, I think my former coach didn't prepare me enough for the stage?
Yeah, I probably should have said
Yeah, exactly.
I'll say that for next time.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Anything that you want to say to any of the fans out there?
Thank you to all the fans that always come and support us during our match. Thank you to Team Luke and Honda, and thank you to our sponsors.
Thank you so much for the interview, Harry. Best of luck as we have just, 4 games left? 4 games left. 4 games left here in the LCS. For everyone else, you can check out my coverage of all of that leading up to playoffs and finals and beyond right here on my YouTube channel. Well, I hope very much this video has been helpful for you. If you would like to help me, you can leave a comment below, like, or subscribe. And remember, when you're purchasing your computer product, purchase it where it supports TGI at alienware.com/Travis.